Prince Philip is very, very disappointed by Meghan Markle's failure to support the monarchy, and her husband, a royal expert, has claimed. Prince Philip questioned Meghan Markle's inability to leave behind her private life in order to throw her full support behind the royal family, according to biographer Ingrid Seward. The Duke of Edinburgh gave up his naval career as soon as the Queen ascended the throne in 1952, becoming one of her most vocal and reliable supporters. Ms. Seward suggested the Duke was left irritated when the Duchess of Sussex failed to follow his example when joining the family in May 2018. Speaking to Sky News, the royal biographer said the elderly prince couldn't understand why the former actress didn't follow his example when she married Prince Harry, 36, in May 2018. "I think he's very, very disappointed because I think he feels he gave up his naval career in order to stand by the Queen and help the monarchy," she said. "And why can't Meghan just give up her acting career, support her husband and support the monarchy? As he used to say to Diana, this is not a popularity contest, this is all of us working together. He just cannot understand why she couldn't support Harry and help him rather than wanting to have her voice." Ms. Stewart said Prince Philip didn't want to be a part of the talks about the Sussexes' future outside of the monarchy, which were held at Sandringham in January. The Queen summoned Prince Charles and Prince William to the Norfolk estate for an emergency summit after Harry and Meghan announced their intention to go it alone and become financially independent. Ms. Stewart went on to claim the Duke of Edinburgh doesn't wish to get involved anymore since Prince Harry and Meghan officially stepped back from the royal family in March this year. He has struggled greatly, for example, with what he sees as his grandson Harry's dereliction of duty, giving up his homeland and everything he cared about for a life of self-centered celebrity in North America, Ms. Stewart wrote. He has found it hard to understand exactly what it was that made his grandson's life so unbearable. As far as Philip was concerned, Harry and Meghan had everything going for them: a beautiful home, a healthy son, and a unique opportunity to make a global impact with their charity work. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex announced at the start of the year their plans to step back from their royal careers to becoming financially independent. Her Majesty called back Prince Charles and Prince William back to the Sandringham estate from London to thrash out the role Harry and Meghan would play in the future. But Ms. Seward said, of course, it irritates him hugely. And when they had the Sandringham summit, Prince Philip was seen leaving the house very swiftly before they all arrived. He simply doesn't want to get involved anymore. However, the ill health the Duke of Edinburgh has suffered in recent years sparked speculation the Duke and Duchess of Sussex may soon return to the UK to spend time with him. A source close to the royal couple told Vanity Fair, "There's a lot of tradition surrounding the holidays with his family, and they both have really loved that in the past. With the uncertainty of COVID, they have been taking it one day at a time and are hopeful that they can all go back together and spend it as a family." Experts tell Meghan Markle, "Get out now," after blow in tabloid privacy case. Meghan Markle should abandon her tabloid privacy case and save her reputation, law and media experts tell Newsweek. The Duchess of Sussex faced a significant setback yesterday after a judge ruled she can be asked under oath about how much help she gave the authors of biography Finding Freedom. The book gives intimate details of her life with Prince Harry, down to what they drank on their first date in London and the content of private text messages, including some about the birth of her son Archie. Meghan denies co-operating with co-authors Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand but will now have to defend herself under detailed questioning by the Mail on Sunday's lawyer. She is suing the British tabloid over privacy and copyright for printing a letter she sent her estranged father after the breakdown in their relationship in the days leading up to her 2018 royal wedding. Mark Stevens, of Howard Kennedy, said, "If I was advising Meghan I'd be saying get out now. This is another hole below the waterline. The risk is that how she curates her reputation, what she allows into the public domain and what she doesn't, are now things that will be picked over by lawyers in cross-examination. The stakes are enormous because at the moment her reputation is not damaged particularly. She's had an invasion of privacy and she feels strongly about it, but the reality is she has only got a downside here. The more that she protests about wanting to protect her privacy, the more that people are going to investigate how she has curated the Streisand effect of amplifying the positive PR and negativizing the other PR. The Streisand effect in PR describes the way fighting a perceived negative article can amplify its message. Streisand sued photographer Kenneth Adelman for including her clifftop home in Malibu in pictures of the California coastline in 2003. The BBC reported how the episode resulted in 420,000 views of the image, which had only been downloaded 6 times before the lawsuit. Professor Tim Luckhurst, principal of South College at the UK's Durham University, told Newsweek, "There is real suspicion that Meghan leaks, selectively, details of her private life to trusted intermediaries. That she tries to manipulate her image in the press by giving information to people she believes she can trust and doing so on an off-the-record basis." Why Meghan Markle cried before giving a speech at her old high school. As you might expect, Meghan Markle's diary has been pretty busy over the last few years since marrying Prince Harry and welcoming their little one, Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, into the world. Throughout the pandemic, the former senior royals have continued to volunteer and even signed a mammoth deal with Netflix too. But Meghan has also used her stepping away from royal life as a chance to speak out on issues close to her heart, such as equality. She's now shared that she broke down in tears to Harry ahead of delivering a speech on racism. Speaking virtually at yesterday's Fortune's Most Powerful Women Summit, the Duchess of Sussex also told audience members that she's appreciated being able to focus on raising her son during lockdown, calling the time amazing. "For me, it's been amazing to spend time with my husband and watch our little one grow, and that's where our attention has been." She added that her and Harry have also been thinking hard about how they can make a positive change in the world, according to a report from S. In addition to, of course, how we can be a part of the change of energy that so many people are craving right now and whatever we can do to help in that capacity. This is something the couple also addressed recently during their involvement with the Time 100, the most influential people list. On the topic of racism, which the Duchess and Duke have both spoken out against in recent months, Meghan added that she became emotional while prepping to give a speech at her old high school, shortly after the death of George Floyd. "I was just in tears thinking about it, and I was just explaining to my husband why I thought that it was so heartbreaking, certainly for me being back in Los Angeles and it being so reminiscent to the state of Los Angeles with the riots after the Rodney King beating," she said at the summit. "And so for these girls to be graduating from high school, which should be a very celebratory time, to be plagued with that unrest felt troubling to me. I just spoke from the heart, and that's probably why it doesn't look polished and why it doesn't feel perfect, but that's also why it's authentic." Meghan Markle is opening up about how she deals with negativity in a candid conversation centered around online misinformation. "The moment that you're able to be liberated from all of these other opinions, of what you know to be true, then I think it's very easy to just live with truth and live with authenticity, and that is how I choose to move through the world," she concluded.